You are listening to A State of the Union, estate planning made simple, with your hosts, Brad and Zach Wiewel, from Texas Trust Law in Austin, Texas.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Texas Trust Law's A State of the Union podcast. I'm Zach Wiewel, joined today by Miss Virginia Larson from Austin Pets Alive. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
So happy to be here.
We're so excited to have you. We're talking about some great, important stuff. But if you wouldn't mind just telling me a little bit about yourself and a little bit about Austin Pets Alive.
Great. I'm happy to. Thanks for asking me to share that. So my name is Virginia Larson, and I've been with Austin Pets Alive since October 2024, and I'm their Senior Philanthropy Officer. So I work with individuals who are giving their gifts and then also with corporate donors. And Austin Pets Alive has really touched my heart. When we moved here in 2009, Austin Pets Alive was just getting started as a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the little trailer on South Congress,
Yeah.
the Austin
I
Pets
remember
Alive
that.
trailer. And that's where we started. And we've grown. We've grown so much since then. We have 12 locations.
12 locations.
We can get into that a little bit later.
Sure.
And then we've saved over 140,000 pets.
Wow.
Since then,
140,000?
140,000.
That's a lot of pets.
Yeah. And just last year it was 10,700.
Over
So-
10,000?
Over 10,000 pets last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And just think about it. Those are 10,000 pets that are changing people's lives as their companion animals.
Yeah. No, I mean, my family, we've always been a dog family. And
Okay.
we've always had two adopted dogs. And that's just what we do. And I currently have two adopted dogs. And
Yeah.
that's, they've just, my dogs growing up, my dogs now, they just play such an important role in my life. And they're just, I love them.
They do.
Yeah. Well, I guess just backing out a little bit, because y'all do a lot.
Yes.
A lot. Would you mind kind of talking about like the scope, the different kind of areas y'all do? I know there's like a hospital involved. What all do y'all do besides just the shelter?
Everything that we do is focused on saving the most vulnerable population of companion animals. And we've done that by pioneering innovative programs that no one else is doing. And then we share those with other shelters. So we mentor, I think we're mentoring right around 19 different Texas shelters right now.
Wow.
And we're showing them all of these innovative programs that we've created to save the most vulnerable pets. And when I say the most vulnerable, those are the pets that are neonatal kittens. They're puppies with parvo that would have been euthanized if it hadn't been for our puppy parvo ICU. Those are dogs with behavioral challenges that maybe just need a little bit of help coming out of their shell and showing people that yes, I can be a companion animal and I can be a good fit for your family.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then we also have so many specialized medical programs for things like Felvy cats, cats with diabetes, and then neurologically challenged pets. And then also we have a wheelie dog. So we have
Wheelie dog?
Yeah.
Are those the dogs on the wheels?
Yes.
Yes, I love those.
And one of my favorites is Streetcar Stella.
Streetcar Stella.
Yeah. She came to us the same month that I started with Austin Pets Alive. She was also featured as one of our pets of the, so we partner with Austin FC.
Yeah.
And she was one of the Austin FC honorary mascots. And she's just so funny. She doesn't know she doesn't have like the use of her back legs.
Yeah.
She just strolls around in her little wheelchair, and you would be honored to be able to be run over by her wheels.
I love that.
It's a special time.
What, I guess, do you kind of have a story or anything, just a pet or a family that's really made an impact on the heart of Austin Pets Alive? We have Stella. We have any other animals?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to choose one.
Yeah.
Out of the 10,700, I said every single one has a unique story. But I think the one that's impacted my life the most is my own pet, Osmo.
Sure. Osmo.
Yes.
Yeah.
So his story started with his mom in a shelter pregnant. And typical practice for shelter pets in the past, before Austin Pets Alive became involved, was to unfortunately
Euthanize?
spay the mother and then euthanize the puppies
Oh my gosh.
and kittens.
Yeah.
So now the shelters that know about Awesome Pets Alive that we partner with, they plead those pets to us, and they arrive to us in all different ways. You know, a lot of times it's through our transport volunteers, so they transport them, and then quite a few come from the Austin Animal Center. So they give us they play those pets to us. So that's how I got Osmo, is his mom was pled to us through a shelter that was down south, and then my colleague fostered her while she was pregnant and gave birth. So she would send us updates on the little litter. They were born on Easter last year.
Oh.
And so
last year?
Last year.
Oh, so you have a puppy
I
then.
do.
Okay.
Yeah. It took me 9 months to pick one that fit to my life. But
Sure.
what stood out to me is that she was part cattle dog, and I love cattle dogs.
One of my dogs part cattle
Oh
dogs.
my gosh.
They can jump.
Yeah. I mean, he's maybe 17 pounds,
Sure.
and he jumps like,
Yep.
I'm just impressed. So he came to us, I watched him, and I wanted to adopt the mom.
Yeah.
So I went to go see her, and then I fell in love with Dave. That's what his name was. His Austin Pets Alive was Dave Growl. And I held him on my lap, and I just fell in love. I mean, he was just very special. And so now I have this sweet little guy that I can come home to every day.
Yeah.
And all because of Austin Pets Alive program that saves those visibly pregnant or nursing mothers.
Yeah. Well, I guess you bring up a really important point that y'all are a no-kill shelter.
Right.
Could you explain a little bit to the audience kind of what that means and what goes into that?
Right. So much goes into that. So we talked about some of the programs. So we have these innovative programs, and they're all created to prevent those unnecessary euthanasias. And so those will happen with shelters that are overcrowded, under-resourced. They euthanize for space.
Sure.
And so those shelters will talk to Austin Pets Alive, and then we invite them to bring those puppies and cats to us. So we save them through those medical programs, so like Puppy Parvo, and then we have a neonatal kitten nursery, and then we have really a state-of-the-art, first of its kind, Austin Pets Alive Shelter Pet Hospital that just opened on 290.
Shelter Pet Hospital.
It's a shelter pet hospital.
It just opened.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay.
It actually opened the weekend of the July 4th floods.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we were moving when the rain started.
Well, how does that work with y'all's shelter with these kind of natural disasters or just other big events? How do y'all step in, it sounds like?
So we've been stepping in, oh my gosh, I can't remember the first one. I feel like it was Hurricane Harvey, all the way back to Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah.
But we've noticed that animal welfare and people welfare are very muchly combined because those pets are part of people's lives. But the national resources that come in that step in to help with those natural disasters only focus on the humans. And so we come in and we support those humans in finding their pets. We find the pets, and we keep them safe and then reunite them with the family members. We have veterinary staff on site to provide emergency medical assistance to those pets that either come to us or people come to us. We've had quite a few that come to us that are displaced from their homes, and they have to make the decision to give up their pets because they don't have a place for them to stay.
Sure.
And we have fosters that step forward, and they're temporary fosters for those pets until the families become stably housed.
Yeah.
So there's just so many different pieces to that. What it really comes down to is when we see a gap in the system, Austin Pets Alive steps in, and we create a program to fill that gap.
Sure.
And then we share it with other shelters so that they can start. Our whole belief is that the nation will be a no-kill nation.
Yeah, and just a note on that for the listeners, all of our wills and all of our trusts, we have in specific provisions built into them that basically say, hey, I'm giving my dog, my cat to this, ideally this person. But if that person isn't here, just for some reason can't accept that animal, give it to a friend or family member ideally, but we say worst case scenario, that dog, that cat, that animal would go to a no-kill shelter.
Right.
Just because
That's
of the
very
work.
kind.
Yeah, well, again, we're animal lovers here. We have a wall. We'll probably show you after this.
Okay, good.
Of all of our pets we have in our office of all of our different teammates, and it's just We added that in a couple of years ago just because it's such a concern for our clients.
Right.
A lot of our clients, their pets are really their family. They
Yeah.
might be married, no kids. They might be single, no kids.
Yep.
They might have not a good relationship with their kids. And pets are really just a comforting thing for them. Because not always, but basically almost always, pets are so happy to see you when you come home.
Always. And they're so forgiving. And
Yeah.
they're so resilient.
Yeah.
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 A couple other questions for you. So, y'all, how many animals did y'all save last year? You said 10,000?
Yeah, 10,735, something like that.
Okay, so I can't count to 10,000, but I've never done it.
It would take a long time.
Take a long time. That takes a lot of resources, though, to save that many animals. And that's not even talking about the animals that are still in the shelter waiting to get adopted.
Exactly.
Or going through medical issues until they're ready to be adopted.
Right.
What kind of work or fundraising does it take kind of behind the scenes to keep all this going?
Right. Oh. Wow. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So just to give you an idea, our annual budget is right between 20 and 21 million a year
Sure.
to operate our 12 locations. And every month, we break it down to about 1.4 million a month.
Sure.
And so those funds come from our dedicated supporters, so we don't get any government funding.
Okay.
64% of the funds come from individuals.
Sure.
And people can give in so many different ways, just way beyond like the typical, go to our website and make a donation or send us a check. People quite often set up Austin Pets Alive in their will to receive gifts on their passing. And they also determine, they designate Austin Pets Alive as a beneficiary to their insurance policies. So if they don't have a living, surviving family member or friend that they want to leave their estates to, then they can leave those to Austin Pets Alive. And that's what's really sustains our mission. Last year, and it always comes as a surprise.
Yeah.
We don't plan on people passing, but we know that whenever they leave Austin Pets Alive in their will, that we're kind of a member of their family because they didn't have a family to give it to. And so we really honor those type of gifts in a lot of different ways. We work with the people before they pass away to make sure that those gifts are going towards a program that they're passionate about so they know that they're leaving a legacy for that program. And last year we got, I want to say it was $250,000 the last month of the year. And that just really helps to sustain our mission and gives us like that extra boost to be able to build upon those life-saving programs.
Sure. So you brought up a lot of stuff. I have a lot of follow-ups for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let me just do some stuff. This is more for the audience, just ways y'all can give. So you mentioned a couple, leaving them as a beneficiary in your will. A very tax-efficient way folks can leave money to like a nonprofit is just on a beneficiary on a traditional pre-tax IRA. Because the way those work are you get the money from yourself, from your company, and it's pre-tax, which means you're saving that 20, that 30% already, and it's growing tax deferred. But when they leave the beneficiary on that to like a charity to Austin Pets Alive, it just goes to y'all.
Right.
And it's never
no taxes.
It's never been subject to tax.
No.
It's like the most tax efficient thing people can do.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. And they can do that while they're living still.
Yeah.
With a DAF, a donor advised fund.
Yeah, so let me explain a little bit about that, then I have questions on QCDs. So a lot of our clients, they talk about, I want to build a private foundation, because that's what they've heard. The issue with private foundations a lot of times is they're very expensive to run. There's a lot of overhead to private foundations. And our clients aren't necessarily Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk or Michael Dell,
Right.
Who can afford to spend $1 billion supporting a private foundation. But a kind of more smaller, very similar thing is what's called a donor advised fund, to where you put in, let's just say, $1 million into your donor advised fund, and then you can just direct that money to different charities over the next couple of years. Yeah. And so we love donor advised funds.
They're very easy for us.
They're so easy.
We don't have to worry about sending a tax letter, a charitable contribution letter at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's very smooth process.
And then would you mind talking a little bit about QCDs?
Yeah, so QCD stands for Qualified Charitable Distribution. And people can start pulling.
RMDs.
RMDs.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Once they're 71.5 years.
The numbers are so weird with
I know.
that.
I'm like,
And they
why
keep
is it
changing.
0.5?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's just what I noticed this year is that it's 71.5 years old. So once you're past that age, then you can start using those QCDs to support your favorite nonprofits. And I think there's a limit. There's like 100,000 limit that you can give every year, and that probably changes.
It goes up with inflation. I think it's 111,000.
Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think that's right. Check online for the exact number, but it definitely goes up every year.
Yeah, and so those gifts are really easy. You just, I'm not sure exactly how it works from the donor's point of view.
Yeah.
But for us, it comes to us like as a grant.
Yeah.
So it comes to Austin Pets Alive as a grant, and then they can determine if those are going to be restricted funds to a certain program or unrestricted where we can use it wherever we need.
Yeah. So I'll explain a little bit of that from like the legal side of things
Great.
too. So once you turn that age, you have to start taking required minimum distributions. And a lot of our clients, a lot of people have built their wealth in their IRAs. It's tax preferred. Why not?
Right.
But the issue is once you hit those RMD ages, you're going to get taxed on that money as it starts coming out. That's what the government wants.
Right.
They want to start collecting taxes.
So how much of that do they collect? Does that change?
In terms of what?
In terms of the government collecting it if you don't donate it to a nonprofit.
So basically it's going to be taxed at their normal income tax brackets.
Okay.
So if they had $100,000 of income normally and then they have a $50,000 RMD, their income for tax purposes is $150,000. So this is a great way. QCDs are a great way to avoid being taxed on that RMD to make sure instead of them being taxed on it, which they don't want to be taxed on it, they just donate it to Austin Pets Alive.
Yeah.
And it's so easy. The only trick for those watching is that you have to do it directly to Austin Pets
Right.
Alive. You can't touch it first and then donate it. You have to give it straight to the charity.
Right.
Talk with your financial advisor about how to do that because the specifics of that, that's their department.
Right. And so it's good if when you do make that QCD gift, that you put a note on there who you are so that we can thank you, so that we can know who has, supported us.
Yeah. Another question for you is, because again, a lot of our clients already have Austin Pets Alive in their plan. Some of them might be thinking about adding you to their plan. One of my favorite things I see is that donors have a specific passion area. They want to give it for a specific purpose.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that with Austin Pets Alive?
Well, I can give you an example
Sure,
if that helps.
sure.
So I have, she's a donor. They've been with us since the beginning, the very beginning. They were advocates. Her and her husband were advocates. And they were passionate about cats, and they adopted a couple of the, a Felvy cat, and then also one of our cats that had diabetes. So we get quite a few that have diabetes. So they wanted to support the cat program. And so one of the ways that they've done that now, like as they're living, is they've helped buy some medical equipment. And initially, whenever he passed away. And so she wanted to create a foundation like you were talking about earlier, but realized that the overhead was too much and she didn't want to manage it. So she's left most of her assets to Austin Pets Alive, but she has stated that she wants it to go towards our cat programs. And we have a cat, I want to make sure that I say them all. So we have the neonatal kitten nursery, and then we have a barn cat program for those cats.
I know barn cats very well. I was a door-to-door salesman, so I dealt with a lot of barn cats.
Oh,
in the
you
country.
did.
They're sweet.
Yeah. So some of them can be simulated into a family, but most of them are barn cats, and they're very, very useful. So warehouses, we have one in our one of our thrift stores. So and we have two that are roaming around Austin Pets Alive free. And then we have our Felvy cats, and we have the diabetic cats, and then we have our ISO. So that's the ISO is for some reason I can't remember what it stands for. But it's isolated.
Yeah.
So they're the kitties that are really sick. Yeah, like with Khaleesi, which is and then ringworm. Yeah.
Oh.
So her funds, we just know that those funds will be dedicated to the cat programs.
Yeah.
And it's phenomenal because then we can use that to build up the program and to support the program where it is now, and then and then bring in more cats. Because, there's never going to be a limit to how many pets need help.
Yeah, that's so true. I have just a couple more questions for you. What are some more non-traditional ways people can get involved? You mentioned a thrift store.
Yep.
I know you guys accept volunteers. Would you mind talking about that?
Yeah. So, the non-traditional. So, fosters.
Foster families.
Fosters
okay.
are huge. So, right now, we have just over 1,000 pets in our care, and only 300 of them are residing in the shelter environment.
Sure.
The rest are with fosters. And so that the shelter involves, everyone that's staying in the shelter pet hospital. We have the Town Lake Animal Center.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have 3 locations that are in the Terrytown area.
Sure.
So that's what those 300 are.
And can you go visit the foster? Like if you see it online, like, hey, I
Yes.
want this dog. Can you go visit the foster family?
Yeah. So we've created a program where it can be foster to adopter. So they don't really even interact with APA too much. It's mostly through the foster.
Yeah.
And the foster writes bio and then they put it on the website. And then you communicate with the foster to set up a meet and greet, and you can adopt right from the foster, so you never really need to go down to the shelter. And we have fosters like up in Georgetown and way down, in San Marcos. So
Sure.
you
But
can even
all Central Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then tell me a little bit about your thrift stores, because I know about them, but I don't know about them.
Right. So we have 5 thrift stores now. And they're self-sustaining, and
Sure.
then the remainder of the profit goes to helping us save more pets. We just started last year a really fun it's a second Saturday that we have a very fun event. It's called Second Chance Saturday.
Second Chance Saturday.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so there's always some type of promo running during Second Chance Saturday. Right now, it's 50% off all the winter wear.
Yeah.
And then we also have, I think it's from 12 to 1, we have animals that can be adopted.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right from
there,
the shelter.
right there.
Yeah, right from I'm not shelter, but right from the thrift store.
Yeah, I remember I went to like a concert. It was like an outdoor concert, and Austin Pets Alive had like 10 puppies.
I'm not surprised.
It was awesome.
Oh, my
All of them
gosh.
got adopted too. It was
Oh,
cool.
that's so amazing.
Yeah.
So the Terrytown location is for small dogs, and I went by there yesterday, and I could not believe all the puppies. We're inundated with puppies right now.
Yeah. Well,
We had an adoption event, so we partnered with the citywide adoption event 2 Saturdays ago, or 2 weekends ago, and we asked all of the fosters to bring in their puppies, and we must have had 25 to 30 puppies in our dog training room that were just waiting to get adopted. I know. And through all of the different participating shelters, there were 9 participating shelters during the citywide event. I think it was 225 were adopted.
wow.
Dogs and cats.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Kind of last question before we wrap up is what's Raise a Day?
Oh, Raise a Day. So it's Raise a Day for APA, and it's in June. I want to say it's June, the first week of June.
First week of June. Okay.
But it's 24-hour campaign where we share those heart-wrenching stories, but then heartwarming as well, because we love to share the good endings, the happy endings. And so it's our day where we really engage with the community, and we invite donors to donate. And this year, our goal is to raise $130,000 in one day.
Yeah.
So it's a lot like Austin Pets Alive's Amplify Austin,
Yeah.
and all the funds go to APA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And right now, I'm looking for people to match donations.
Oh, y'all
so
listening
that's
to that?
dollar for dollar.
Dollar for dollar.
So my goal is to collect up to $130,000 to match the $130,000 that we want to raise on that day.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
very
that really, our goal is to make this empower the community to be part of the APA family. And so they can do that by, offering up those matching dollars, by donating on the day, by sharing stories, by, following us on social media. The one story that I shared about Osmo is, multiplied by thousands, and you can see those stories on our social media.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, one last thing is y'all's URL. That's the best way they can find information.
Right,
about you
right.
guys.
So it's austinpetsalive.org. And if you have any questions that I didn't cover, or you want me to share more than what we've been able to share today, you can email donate@austinpetsalive.org.
Very cool. Well, Virginia, thank you so much for coming on our podcast. I appreciate it.
My
Thank you all
pleasure.
for watching. And again, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.